except we were in California and just let them all go there.
Good boy.
Yeah, that would serve Arnold well. Wouldn't it?
Yes.
You know, so I think again, this is evidence that America's people are waking up. This question has gone on for quite some time. Reagan let 5 million be given amnesty, and I think he probably would look at it now as a mistake. Back then he thought, we'll do it once, get it over with, won't happen again. And now it has, and it's even worse. And Sonny Bono was asked the question when he was still alive and in Congress at a town hall meeting like this, Mr. Bono, what's your position on illegal aliens? And he looked up and he said, what was that first word? And the man said, illegal. He said, carry out the law. And I think that's what the American people are asking. Carry out the law. Let the gates swing open for those who want to come here and yearn to be free and have opportunity, but are willing to live by our laws, speak our language, and sign the guest book. I don't think the general American public has a problem with that. But they have a lot of problem with letting it happen illegally. I see Ken standing, that must mean the time has come.
You gotta go camping.
Do you think they will stop that, what do they call it, bucket babies or something, where they come across the...
Anchor baby.
Anchor
Oh,
baby.
anchor babies.
If the bucket is full of concrete, you throw it over inside your boat, that's a bucket.
You think they
Well, I
will?
think we have to stand up to the fact what the Constitution meant in that 14th Amendment.
Right.
That was for freeborn slaves. It wasn't for, you know, my dad, my grandfather came over from Sweden. And my dad was born shortly after that. He was an anchor baby. My grandma Walberg came over and she said this many times to my twin brother and me. Wir Americans, we no longer Swedes, God bless America. She wouldn't talk Swedish. I'm glad she cooks Swedish. Other than lutefisk. That's terrible stuff. But Grandma came over here in order to have the opportunity for her children. She cleaned toilets. She sewed for rich women on the north side of Chicago. She cleaned their houses. But she did it gratefully because she knew America would give the opportunity to her family. So my father had the opportunity to go to Glencoe High School near Northwestern University. Had the dream to go to Northwestern. The Depression hit, lost the job, didn't end up with that. But he was able to get up after the Depression, go to the trade school, become a machinist, tool and die maker, and work till he was 73 years of age and had the American dream.
But he worked for it.
Pardon?
It wasn't handed to him.
But he worked for it. And he was delighted to
by
have
the
the job.
government.
Yeah. And he had malpractice on his mother with a doctor, didn't complain about it, went on with it, paid for the necessary care for her until she died in their home at 93. But that was life. You just got up and went and did it. And right now we've got this entitlement society that says we have rights to all sorts of things that we don't have rights to. We've got opportunity to make those things happen for ourselves. We've also got opportunity to make some bad things happen that we hopefully will learn from and do better the next time. I think that's happened with this last election and elections prior, where we've let things go on. And now we come to a tipping point where we don't have a choice anymore. We've got to turn it back. And you're going to have to stand with me when I have to stand up to entities, local governments, even private citizens who say, hey, Walberg, what do you mean you won't offer legislative directive funding request, i.e. earmarks, pork barrel or otherwise? I'm saying no. I'm not going to offer any earmarks. I'm going to have to be a better salesman with bureaucracy. I'm going to prove the need that those tax dollars, for instance, that we get 93 cents on the dollar back on for road building, they ought to come back to us. Nay, even better, we shouldn't be sending it there in the first place. Right. But in order to get to that point, we're going to have to fight to get the appropriate funding and then be willing to say no, and you're going to have to stand with me because there are going to be a lot of voices out there. Mark Schauer and his minions who will be saying Walberg cannot perform for us because he's not going to earmark. Well, I think all the Republicans are going to stand this next time, and that will be probably part of this new contract, that they're going to oppose any earmarking, to put a moratorium on it until we can find a better way of dealing with using the resources appropriately from our taxpayers. And if the citizens don't stand with legislators who do that, there's there's all sorts of incentive for them to say, well, then I'm gonna go with who will stand with me. And that's that special interest. That's that local community government. That's, you name it. And that's where it has to be, participatory government. You don't go away after electing somebody. You gotta stay involved. And I thank you. I'm talking to the choir, and it took great for you tonight, because you're here. But I want you to be encouraged. There are a lot more here tonight than normally would have been here in years gone by. And that's encouraging to me.